TikTok. It starts on TikTok. DJ LeMahieu leading off. Josh Donaldson playing third. Anthony Rizzo, red hot, playing first and hitting third. Giancarlo Stanton in right field. Gleyber Torres at second base. Aaron Hicks back in the lineup at center field. Joey Gallo in left. Isaiah Kiner Falefa at short. Jose Trevino behind the plate. Noticeably absent from that lineup, Aaron Judge getting a day off. On the mound, it's going to be Carlos Hernandez. You look at his numbers on the season. It'll be his fourth start. The ERA inflated at 6.43 by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. Nicky Lopez leading off. Whit Merrifield playing second base, hitting second. Andrew Benintendi, one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball. Salvador Perez going to clean up. Carlos Santana playing first, hitting fifth. Hunter Dozier DHing. Bobby Witt Jr., number one prospect in all of baseball, playing third base. Kyle Isbell and Edward Olivares hitting ninth and playing right field. And they're going to face Garrett Cole. You see the numbers on the season. It'll be his fifth start, 1-0.
Well, good afternoon or good evening whenever you're watching this. Trying something a little new with the New York Yankees 2022 Payoff Pitch Season Replay. This game was played April the 30th. It's actually Game 2 of the Kansas City series. I recorded Game 1, had a little snafu, put one of the charts underneath my phone, and it caused the focus to go out for about 10 minutes in that video before it finally came back. So rather than put out a video that is messed up, decided to go ahead and scratch that video and do a new one with the next game in the schedule, not the game I just played, because I've already recorded that into Digital Diamond. So we do have the Yankees and the Royals, game number 2 of the series. Starting pitcher matchups, of course, Carlos Hernandez for the Royals and Garrett Cole for the Yankees. Yankees enter the game with a record of 13-7. Kansas City enters the game 7-11. This game was played April the 30th, as I said. And we've got our Kansas City Royal colored dice with the 2D6s. 2D10s are standard for payoff pitch. I'm going to use the black and the white. That's pretty standard. You see your benches and your bullpens. And as mentioned in the opening, Aaron Judge is getting the day off. All right, so hopefully this setup will be a little different, and hopefully it will turn out okay. We shall see. All right, and in case you're new to watching one of my payoff pitch games, I do like the fast action cards at times, but I generally prefer to use the charts. So I'm going to be using the charts on pretty much everything. Don't have the fast action cards even out. So we're going to go with what we have, and that's kind of the setup I prefer. So hopefully you will find this entertaining. All right, so Carlos Hernandez is the starting pitcher. He started 7 games out of 27, and I looked it up. He started the first 7 games of the season, but I guess he was so bad they demoted him to the bullpen. And in the regular season, he was 0-5 with a 7.39 ERA. In a replay, he's 0-2 with a 6.39 ERA. In 3 starts, he's pitched 12 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 8 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. I have these stats printed on a piece of paper, but what happened on the video I did from the other day is I moved that piece of paper under where you could see it on camera, and then when I moved the paper back, that caused the whole focus to go berserk. So I'm going to try not to do that this time. Actually, I'll go ahead and show it, and if it goes berserk, I'll be able to look up in the camera or look up on top of my phone and correct it if need be. So just very briefly, these are the stats if you want to pause the video and take a look at the stats, get a better look. Garrett Cole for the Yankees is 2-1 with a 2.16 ERA. He's had 4 starts previously, 25 innings pitched, 17 hits, 5 walks, 28 strikeouts, and 3 home runs given up. Some players that had very minimal at-bats, I've got their number of at-bats in parentheses right here. That's why they're there, because they have such few at-bats. Like Tim LeCastro, he's 1 for 10 on the season. That 1 was actually a home run from the previous game. So, and Miguel Andujar is a recent call-up. He's only had 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2. One player roster move. Aaron Hicks was on personal leave. He has now come back. And to make room for him, they've sent Ron Marinaccio, a bullpen pitcher, to the minors. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way, and now I'm going to check my phone, and see if it went out of focus. Looks like it didn't this time. For whatever reason, it did in the other video, and it really frustrated me and perturbed me. So, looks like we're okay now. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is every couple innings stand up and check it, because the way I have this set up, the phone is above my head. When I'm sitting down, the phone is above my head, so I cannot see what's being recorded. I mean, I look through it before I hit record to make sure it's what I want to see, and then after that, it's a crapshoot. I'm just going to play it, and hopefully this focus does not, get messed up or anything like that. So if you hear that sound of me getting up out of my chair periodically, that's what I'm doing, is checking the focus. All right, so Carlos Hernandez will be out there to start the ball game for the Royals. And for the Yankees, it'll be designated hitter DJ LeMahieu to lead it off. LeMahieu is hitting an even 200 on the season, 3 homers and 6 runs driven in. And game number 21 for the Yankees on the season is underway. We get a 9, which is ballpark, and that's 24. That's going to take us to the wheelhouse, because right here, 1 to 31 is a wheelhouse. So we got the wheelhouse for LeMahieu on his card. A 1 to 23 is a home run, but anything 56 or less is a hit. It's a 54, so it will be a base hit for DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu. And what I've also done is, since I'm playing payoff pitch, I figured I better use it would make sense to use the payoff pitch accoutrements. So I'm not using that big board I use for inside pitch, where I move the player cards around the bases. I actually print off these little logos, and I'm going to be using those to represent the base runners. So that's sort of like what I did for the replay baseball Sunday night ESPN game of the week. Similar setup. All right, here's Josh Donaldson, third baseman. He is hitting 260, 4 homers and 9 driven in. We get a 5, which is tough, and that's a 15, so that will be a strikeout. So down he goes. After the LeMahieu single, Donaldson will strike out for out number 1, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. I know in the preview it said he was tearing it up in real life at this point, but in the replay he's only hitting a .197 with 3 homers and 11 driven in. We get a 10, which is in play, but that's a 94, and that's a fly ball to right field for out number 2. So 2 down after the leadoff single, and that brings up Giancarlo Stanton. And he's hitting also 197, 3 homers and 5 driven in. Get a 7, which is patient, 0-2, and that will be a walk. So Hernandez can't quite get out of the inning just yet. 2 are on with 2 outs. And it brings up the second baseman, Gleyber Torres, the hottest hitter on the Yankee team. Torres right now is hitting 397, 5 homers, and 15 driven in. Get a 7, which is patient, 52, and that's going to be a base hit. Against the right-hander, patient 52 is a base hit. The runner on second base, DJ LeMahieu, runs at a 6, so with 2 outs, he gets the extra base boost because he runs at a 6, so he will score automatically. The question is, what does the runner on first do? Runner on first, let's see here, Stanton was the one who walked, so the runner on first, Stanton, what did he do? He runs at a 4, so he's only going to get the 1 base because the lead dive is a 1, and that says from first to second you only get 1 base. But it's an RBI single because LeMahieu's speed brought him around with 2 outs. And Gleyber Torres now with RBI number 16 on the season gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. And here comes the proud new father, Aaron Hicks. He's coming back from maternity leave for his wife. He is now back with the Yankees. And let's see, we got a 6, which is tough, 71, and that's going to be out of range. 71 is a ground ball to second to end the inning. And on the season so far, Hicks is hitting a .180 with a home run and 4 RBI. So he is retired here on the ground ball to second. handled by Merrifield, and the inning's over. But the Yankees do get a run. They do it on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the first. It is Yankees 1 and the Kansas City Royals coming to bat. And the Yankees have staked Garrett Cole to a 1-0 lead. Cole has been plagued by lack of run support in recent games. But maybe they're trying to turn that around at this point, because he's 2-1 with a 2.16 ERA. You figure 2.16 ERA, he ought to be a little bit better than 2-1 record, but could be from lack of support. So leading things off will be Nicky Lopez, the shortstop for the Royals. And Lopez enters the game hitting a .190, a homer, and 4 runs driven in. These stats are from Digital Diamond for the Royals. Yankee stats, of course, are from Payoff Pitch. Cole, 7 is patient. 74, it's out of range, though. 74 is a fly to center. Hauled in out there by Aaron Hicks, and there's 1 away. Lopez is gone. It brings up Whit Merrifield, second baseman. Merrifield is hitting .268, 3 homers and 5 driven in. 10 is tough, and that's a 12. That's a strikeout. So Garrett Cole gets his first strikeout of the ball game. 29 on the season now for Garrett Cole. He's only given up 5 walks, so good walk to strikeout ratio, almost 1-6 or 6-1 ratio. It's been a 10. He's hitting .328, no homers, 7 driven in. That's a 3, which is defense. So we're going to the defensive chart for the first time. The 2 D10s are a 19, so it says we're doing the range of the shortstop, and that is Kiner Falefa. So Kiner Falefa's range at short is terrible. I'm sorry, I was looking at somebody else. He's average. He's a C range for Kiner Falefa. So according to Kauffman Stadium, a 1-44 is a hit, 45 or more, and he will make the play. That's a 36, so it will be a base hit, and that's a 7, so we'll check the 7. And that's just going to be a single. Nobody's on base, so there's no other base runners that can go anywhere. So just a 2-out single off the bat of Andrew Benintendi, and he continues his hot hitting as Kiner Falefa was not able to track it down. Here's Salvador Perez, rather. He is hitting .254, 4 homers, 10 driven in. Cole, a 6 is tough, 69, and that's out of range. 69 is a ground ball to second. And Torres will just throw to Rizzo, make it easy to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left for Kansas City. At the end of 1, it's 1-0 Yankees. Here from Kauffman Stadium. Due up for the Yankees, it'll be Joey Gallo, left fielder, followed by Kiner Falefa and Trevino. Bottom third of the order for the Yankees. Joey Gallo enters this game hitting .154, 2 homers, 3 driven in. Hernandez, a 5 is tough, 95, and that's going to be well out of range. It's a fly to right field. 1 down. That'll bring up Kiner Falefa. He was unable to get to that ground ball to keep it from getting by him for a base hit, but he's up there now to see what he can do offensively. He's hitting .242, a homer, and 7 driven in. 9 is ballpark, and that's 24, so we're in the wheelhouse, but Kiner Falefa, not much of a power hitter. 1-11 for a home run. 46 or less will still be a hit. It's a 16. It's not going to be a home run. It'll be a double for Kiner Falefa. So a 1-out double for Isaiah Kiner Falefa as Carlos Hernandez put that right in his wheelhouse. And fortunately, it was Kiner Falefa batting, not somebody with more power, or that would have been gone. Here's Kyle. I'm sorry, I got the wrong catcher in there. Should be Trevino, not Kyle Higashioka. Should be Trevino, my bad. Trevino's on the bench. This didn't change the card out from yesterday's game. Higashioka caught yesterday. Trevino, in limited duty, is hitting .182 with no homers and 2 driven in. Hernandez, 5 is tough, 20, and that's a strikeout. For out number 2, that'll flip the order over to LeMahieu. LeMahieu singled and scored his first time up. Right now he's got Kiner-Falefa sitting at second base, waiting to be driven in. Since there are 2 outs and Kiner-Falefa runs at an 8, any single, and it's going to be an RBI. 7 is Patient, 50, and that's just going to simply be a walk. So LeMahieu draws the base on balls, keeps the inning going for Josh Donaldson, who struck out his first chance. Only strikeout so far by Hernandez was Donaldson. We get an 8, which is Patient, 54, and that's going to be a double off the bat of Donaldson, and that will score both runners with 2 outs. LeMahieu with a 6-run rating will score from first, and obviously Kiner-Falefa scores from second. So it is a base-clearing double, 2-run double for Josh Donaldson, and the Yankees take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second. All this coming on with 2 outs. So Hernandez struggling again, and boy, probably can't wait to get him back to the bullpen, take him out of the rotation. But they got to suffer through 7 starts this year before that happens. 11 is in play, 69 for Rizzo's out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Lopez to first to end the inning, but not before the Yankees put up 2 runs on the board. They do it on 2 hits, which were both doubles. No errors and 1 left. So we go to the bottom of the second. It is Yankees 3 and Kansas City nothing. And the Royals have their work cut out for them against Garrett Cole. They're already down 3-0. So Cole definitely getting the run support he hasn't been lacking previously, but he's not lacking it now. And Carlos Santana will lead off for the Kansas City Royals. Santana hitting .241, a homer and 9 driven in. That's a 10, which is tough, 80, and that's a well out of range. That'll be a fly to center. Aaron Hicks puts that away, 1 down. Brings up the designated hitter Hunter Dozier. On the replay, Dozier is hitting .190, homer and 4 runs driven in. That's a 7, which is Patient, but it's a 75, so it's out of range. And that will be another fly to center. So Aaron Hicks keeping busy out there. That's the 3rd put out of the 5 outs. 3 of them have gone to center. And that'll bring up Bobby Witt, 3rd baseman, and he's hitting at .348. So best hitter the Royals have, .348 hitter. 2 homers, 7 driven in. 6 is Tough, 0-4, and he's going to go down on strikes to end the inning. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. Nothing doing for the Royals. We go to the 3rd. It's still 3-0 Yankees from Kauffman Stadium, and we'll keep an eye on Carlos Hernandez and see how long he can last. He's actually only got a 3 fatigue factor, so he may not be lasting very long. Of course, the Royals have plenty of guys in the bullpen they can turn to. So if he struggles, they will bring in somebody in pretty quickly. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. He walked his first chance. We get a 6, which is Tough, 75, and that's a base hit for Giancarlo Stanton. 74-77, it's a base hit. So even though Hernandez made a good pitch, Stanton fought it off and got himself a base hit. And now the bullpen is loosening. Lots of right-handers. They got 8 right-handers in the bullpen for the Yankees. And looks like Bolanos, the right-hander, is loosening for the Royals right now, trying to get ready. Here's Gleyber Torres. He singled his first time up. His single drove in LeMahieu in the first. Got a 12 that's in play. 53 is going to be out of range. 53 is a ground ball to 3rd, but with that being a 12, the runner is going to advance to 2nd. The only play will be to first base. So they retired Torres on the 5-3 ground out, but Witt's only play was to first. Stanton will trot to 2nd in scoring position with 1 out for Aaron Hicks. Seven, which is Patient, 79, and against a right-hander, that's a single. 76-79 is a single in the Patient category. So it is a patient, and the result here is a 2. The low die is a 2. Let's see what that is for runner advancement on the chart, per the chart, I should say. Runner on second with the number 2 scores. So it's an RBI single for Aaron Hicks. Stanton will come around to score. Yankees lead it 4-0. And that may be all for Mr. Hernandez. I don't think they can go any further with him. They're going to make the move to the bullpen. Left-hander Joey Gallo is coming up, so they could go to a left-hander here, but most of the Yankee batters are right-handed, so after Gallo, you've got more right-handers to go. So I think they will stick to their plan of a right-hander and Mr. Bolanos. So Ronald Bolanos is on for the Royals. He will take over. And a very ugly outing for Mr. Hernandez. He's going to go 2 1/3 innings. He's going to give up 6 hits. So far, 4 runs. They're all earned, but the runner at first, Hicks, is his responsibility. He walked 1 and struck out 2. So a rough outing there. Now Mr. Bolanos is on to try to get these last 2 outs of the inning and keep his team in the game if possible. On the replay, Bolanos, this will be game number 3 for him. He's got no one-loss record, ERA of 6.75. So here's Joey Gallo, first man to face Bolanos. Gets 6, which is tough, 26, and that's a strikeout. So nice job there by Bolanos, getting out number 2. Not out of the woodwork yet, though, because Kiner-Falefa is up. And Kiner-Falefa had a double his first time up. 6 is tough, 34. 34 tough is a strikeout. So Bolanos comes in and strikes out both batters he faces to end the inning and hold the Yankees to just that 1 run. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 4-0 Pinstripers for the Yankees in that inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. 4-0. Royals slip sliding away, as someone once sang. I think that was Paul Simon. All right, Garrett Cole facing Kyle Isbell, the center fielder. And for Isbell, Kyle Isbell, he has only had 6. He's a recent call-up. He's only had 6 at-bats. He's 1 for 6, no homers or runs driven in. That translates to a 167 average. 10 is tough, 13, and his average is going to go down further with a strikeout. So Isbell is retired. Strikeout number 3 for Garrett Cole. And that's going to bring up Edward Olivares, the right fielder. He's hitting an even .250, 3 for 12 on the season. No homers or runs driven in. Get a 5. That's tough again, 75, and that's going to be a fly to center. Yet another play out there by the center fielder Hicks. And for Hicks, that is 4 putouts in less than 3 innings. So that brings up Nicky Lopez as we come back around to the top of the order. He flew to center his first chance. 8 is tough, 93, and that will be a fly to right to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. And at the end of 3, it is the Yankees 4 and the Royals nothing. I should have looked up who won this game in real life. I think the Yankees won in real life, but I don't know the score. I should have looked up the score, and I didn't do it. Too late to do it now, but I didn't do it. All right, so Bolanos, he's got a long fatigue rating, so we're going to go ahead and let him pitch the next inning since he faced 2 batters and struck them both out. He's got a hot hand. Why not stick with it? Here's Trevino. 5 is in play. 0-7. As soon as say he has a hot hand, Trevino knocks him for a base hit. So Trevino, a leadoff single. After he struck out the first time, he leads off with a single. Order flips over to LeMahieu. LeMahieu was singled and walked, scored 2 runs. We get a 7, which is patient, 28, and that will be another walk. So all of a sudden, Bolanos now running into trouble. Did so well to finish off the third, but shaky here in the top of the fourth. Josh Donaldson, the batter, he had a big 2-run double his last time up. We get a 7, which is patient. 93 is going to be a fly to left. That is the first out of the inning. 1 down for Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo's 0 for 2. 2 is wheelhouse, but that's a 96 on Rizzo, so that's going to be a fly to right. But with it being a wheelhouse, the fly to right will send the runner to third base from second. He will tag and go to second because it's wheelhouse. It's going to be hit so hard and deep that he can move up. So that is out number 2, but Trevino does take third base. And here is Giancarlo Stanton. 9 is in play. 43, that's going to be out of range. 43 is a grounder to first. Handled over there by Santana. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the inning is over. So Bolanos keeps the Yankees off the scoreboard in the fourth, despite letting the first 2 on base. So we had no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 4-0 Yankees. And that may be all for Bolanos. We shall see. He went an inning and 2/3, and they may want to cap him at that. But we'll see how it plays out. Garrett Cole, of course, large and in charge, is back out facing Whit Merrifield. Merrifield, a strikeout victim his first time up. 8, and that is tough, 47. But that's a base hit for Whit Merrifield. Fought off that tough pitch and gets himself a leadoff single. So Whit Merrifield, second hit of the game for the Royals as they try to climb that hill. It's a long climb, but they're off to the best start they can have, I guess, with the leadoff single. Here's Benintendi. We get a 6, which is tough, and that's a 0-0, so we got a rare play. So we got a rare play chart with a tough result and runners on base. So I need to get my runners on base tough result chart. Let's see where that is. Here we go. Runners on base tough. Got it right here. And we're going to roll 2 D10s and see what we get. We get an 86. I'll show this and then check the focus and make sure it didn't get out of focus. 86. This batter and all remaining batters this inning roll on their tough section to resolve each at bat. If both starting pitchers are out of the game, the first batter each inning rolls on the wheelhouse, and all remaining batters that inning roll on tough for the remainder of the game. That's really weird. That's a lot to digest. I got to read that again. This batter and all remaining batters this inning will roll in their tough section to resolve each at bat. Okay, that's clear. If both starting pitchers are out of the game, well, both starting pitchers are not out of the game, so that takes away the other section. But all the batters are going to roll in their tough section the rest of the game, rest of this inning is what it says. So this whole inning, Garrett Cole is going to be tough. We don't have to worry about the D6 roll. We're just going to go straight to tough on each of the batters. So we're going to re-roll for Benintendi on the tough chart. And let me make sure the focus didn't get screwed up. Looks like we're still okay. So this inning, when Cole was just going to sit there, he didn't really have to do anything because everything's coming off the tough results for all these batters this inning. So Benintendi, tough 28, he will strike out, 1 away. So 1 down, and that's going to bring up Salvador Perez. Again, he is hitting off the tough result. And that's a 45, and that's another strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts for Garrett Cole. And that brings up Carlos Santana. 68, and that's going to be a ground ball to second to end the inning. So Garrett Cole was liking those tough results. He gave up no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 4 complete in the books. Still, the Royals trail the Yankees 4-0. And now, since the inning is over, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming of the pitcher card. No more of the straight up tough results all the time. All right, now Bolanos, let's see. Bolanos has faced he's faced 7 batters. We're gonna let him keep going. I mean, he pitched so well, I don't want to take him out. But if he gets in trouble, of course, we'll replace him. But right now, he's gonna face Gleyber Torres. Whoop, Sua dice, we're gonna re-roll all that. We had a 9 and an 0-1. 9 is in play. 0-1's a double for Gleyber Torres. So, wow, tough result there for Bolanos. Hit the in play, which is usually good to get the hitter out, but not when you get an 0-1. Here's Aaron Hicks. 5 is in play again. 35, but that's out of range. 35 is a pop up to second. 1 away. As Merrifield puts it away, Torres will have to be frozen at second base. And that'll bring up Joey Gallo. Gallo was the first batter that Bolanos faced, and he struck him out. So let's see if he can have similar luck. 10 is tough. 0-6, and he did it again. Struck out Gallo again. Gallo's really had a rough season. He's 0 for 3 now with 2 Ks. And that brings up Falefa. He also struck out against Bolanos. This will definitely be Bolanos' last inning. 10 is tough again. 13 struck him out. So he struck out Gallo and Falefa twice each. So after the leadoff double, he allowed nothing. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left, rather. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 4-0 Yankees, and that will be it for Bolanos. But he did yeoman work to keep his team in the game and not let this thing get to be a blowout. And the Royals have to figure out who the new pitcher is going to be, but let's do the totals quickly on Bolanos. He's going to go 2 2/3 innings. He pitched longer than the starter did. Let's see, Hernandez gives up 4. We can close the book on him. 4 runs, all earned. So Bolanos gave up no runs, and he gave up 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 4. So excellent outing for Bolanos. Kansas City couldn't have asked for much better. All right, bottom of the 5th, Garrett Cole out. We'll be facing the designated hitter, Hunter Dozier. Dozier fly to center, his first chance. 9 is tough. 0-1. That's going to be yet another strikeout for Garrett Cole. 1 away for Bobby Witt. That's a 7, which is patient. And that's either a 12 or an 18. I can't tell, but it doesn't matter because patient there is going to be a walk. So Witt will draw the walk and bring up Kyle Isbell. Isbell struck out his first chance. 6 is tough. 59, and Isbell just missed it, being hit by a pitch on a 58. 59 is a ground ball to third. These two total a 6. His double play is an 8. His is a 7. So there you go. It's a double play. Since both the double play numbers exceed the 2d6s, it becomes a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. Donaldson to Torres to Rizzo. And that's going to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 5 from Kauffman Stadium, it's still 4-0 Yankees. And now the Royals will need a new pitcher. And the Yankees feeling pretty confident with Garrett Cole, and the Royals don't know how to solve him, apparently. So we'll go to the bullpen. Coming up for the Yankees, it'll be Trevino, and then the top of the order, LeMahieu and Donaldson, 3 right-handers. So, of course, they will go to another right-hander on their own. And they will go to... They don't have a whole lot to go to. They will go to Josh Stommett. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Stommett will be on. And on the replay Stommett, this will be game number 7 for him. He's 0-0 with an 11.81 ERA. So he's certainly been struggling, but chance to try to get well. Here's Trevino. We get a 7, which is patient. That's an 0-8. That'll be a leadoff walk for Stammet. He's got a lot of toughs, but right in the middle of his cards, 6, 7, 8 are all patients. So danger of giving up a lot of walks. I'll bring up LeMahieu. 6 is patient again. 36. That will be another walk. So Royals, Mike Matheny might have to get the bullpen going again because Stammet can't find the strike zone. And you don't want this one to get away from you. So they got a lefty in the bullpen ready to go. Amir Garrett is loosening the bullpen. He would come in to face Rizzo most likely. Here's Donaldson. Stammet 6 again, and that's patient 40, which is another walk. So he's going to walk the bases loaded and not get anyone out. He faces 3 batters, and now he's going to come out. So Stammet, terrible. Don't know if I've ever seen a pitcher come in, face 3 batters, and walk all 3. That was pretty rough. So now Amir Garrett's got his work cut out for him, the lefty. He will be coming on to face Anthony Rizzo with the bases loaded and nobody out. The infield's going to have to come in. They really don't have much of a choice. Although Amir Garrett doesn't... boy. You know what? They're not going to use Amir Garrett. They're going to change their mind. They're going to use Gabe Spire because he has better control. So it's going to be Gabe Spire coming on, not Amir Garrett. Gabe Spire. And we'll get the numbers on Spire for the replay. This is his 3rd game. He has no win-loss record and an ERA of 0, so he hasn't given up anything. But now he's going to face Rizzo with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the 6th. As he tries to get out of this, the infield is in. Spire, 8 is tough. 54 against a left-hander is out of range. 54 is a fly to left. And that's 1 away. With it being tough, it's deemed not deep enough to score the run, so that overrides anything else on the chart. I'll double check it up, but I believe that's the way it goes on the flyouts. Let's take a look and see what it says. Or does it say anything about tough? Reduces runners run rating by 2 before attempting to advance. Okay. Well, Trevino is on 3rd. He's not very fast. He's only a 6, but he drops to a 4. So they're definitely not going to send him since his run rating gets dropped by 2. All right, so there's 1 away, and now a double play would get him out of the inning. And they're going to lay back for the double play. He's got a decent double play chance. So they're going to play back for the double play against Giancarlo Stanton. 7 is patient. 30, but that's going to be a wild pitch. 30 falls in his wild pitch number, and that's going to score the run. So he uncorks the wild pitch. Trevino will score on the wild pitch. Going to 3rd on the wild pitch is LeMahieu, and going to 2nd on the wild pitch is Donaldson. So the run is in. It's now 5-0. Infield back to being in again. 10 is in play, 86, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. And with the infield in, I don't think they're going to try it. No, they're going to freeze LeMahieu there for out number 2. Why take the chance? You're already up 5-0. No sense doing anything weird. Here's Gleyber Torres. He's 2 for 3. Well, you wonder if they should walk Torres and pitch to Hicks, because Torres has been red hot. They're going to do that. They're going to walk Torres intentionally and pitch to the somewhat struggling Aaron Hicks. So Aaron Hicks will be up with the bases loaded. He is 1 for 3 on the game. 7 is patient. 33, it's another wild pitch. So Spire has uncorked another one. Unbelievable. And another run is scored to make it 6-0. 6-0. 7 is patient 50. And Hicks against the lefty. 50 is going to be a base hit for Aaron Hicks. And coming in to score is Donaldson from third. Torres at second. How does he run? He runs at a 6, so with 2 outs, he gets the extra run to score as well. And all of a sudden, the Yankees have put 4 runs on the board and have blown this thing open to 8-0. So an 8-0 ball game. Gabe Spire was not the answer either, apparently, as he can't get anything done. Stammet, all 3 of the 4 runs that scored are all charged to him. Spire will be responsible for the other run. And here's Joey Gallo. 9 is in play, 92, and that's a fly to right to finally end the inning. Yankees send 8 to the plate, 4 of them score. And at the end of 5.5, it's Yankees 8 and Kansas City nothing. So unfortunately, cannot get a close game for you this evening. But things like that do happen. Garrett Cole, of course, cruising along, finally getting some run support. We'll close the book on the Yankees inning. Let's see, they got 4 runs on just the 1 hit. Aaron Hicks's single was the only hit of the game. There were 4 walks and 2 wild pitches, and they left 1 on base. So a very odd inning there. And now Cole will be facing Edward Olivares. We got a 6, which is tough, 22, yet another strikeout for Garrett Cole. So unlike the Kansas City staff, Cole is just mowing them down. Top of the order for Nicky Lopez. 6 is tough again, 65, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Kind of Falefa, easy play. 2 up and 2 down for Garrett Cole. Brings up Whit Merrifield. We get a 7, which is patient, 98, though. 98 is going to be a fly to left to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3. Go the Royals very quickly in their half of the 6th. We go to the 7th inning with the score Yankees 8 and Kansas City nothing. And unfortunately, I'm not very entertaining, so it's kind of hard for me to entertain somebody when it's 8-0. I'm more of a nose to the grindstone, play the game kind of thing, so I don't have a whole lot of frivolity to provide. Let's see, Spire is, I believe he's done. So they will go to... They will go to Dylan Coleman out of the bullpen. Well, the Royals. Dylan Coleman on the season replay is, and he's making his 8th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA. So not bad numbers. On Spire, he gave up a hit and a walk, which was intentional, plus the run. No strikeouts, and he pitched 1 inning. All right, Dylan Coleman will be facing Kaina Falefa. Or do they want, you know what? They're going to pull Kaina Falefa. The score being what it is, they will pull him and go to the bench for Marwin Gonzalez and give some of their bench guys a chance to play and get some at bats. So Marwin Gonzalez will take over at the shortstop position. And he'll get his first crack in this game. And he'll do it against Dylan Coleman. 8 is tough, 43, and that's a strikeout. So Gonzalez down on strikes. We'll bring up Trevino. Jose Trevino is 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. 5 is ballpark. That's 62, so we're in play on Trevino. 1-28 will be a hit. And we get a 16, so he gets a base hit. So Trevino, second hit of the game for him. It's going to help his average. A lot of the Yankee averages will be helped in this game. Here's LeMahieu. He is the DH. Now they may use somebody else for LeMahieu. See if they'll give somebody else an at bat. I believe they're going to give Miguel Andujar a chance. So Andujar will come on and be the DH in place of LeMahieu. LeMahieu finishes the game 1 for 1. He walked 3 times, scored 3 runs. So definitely doing what a leadoff hitter needs to do. But with the score being what it is, they will give him the rest of the night off and turn it over to Miguel Andujar. 6 is tough, 40, and that's a strikeout. So both Yankee pinch hitters that have been inserted in this inning have struck out. I'll bring up Josh Donaldson at third base. That's a 9, which is patient 48, and that will be a double for Josh Donaldson. Runner on first base is Trevino, and Trevino actually runs at a 6. So since there's 2 outs and he runs at a 6, he will actually score. So RBI double for Josh Donaldson, and the hit parade continues. It is now 9-0 Yankees. And we bring up Anthony Rizzo. Seven is tough, 49, and that's a base hit for Anthony Rizzo, a 49. Let's check Donaldson's run rating. It's tough, but the run rating will override that with 2 outs if he runs at a 6. He only runs at a 5, so since it's tough, he will only get third base. He will not score. So runners will now be at the corners as Rizzo gets himself a base hit. And Giancarlo Stanton will be called back. He will be called back, and they will bring in Tim LaCastro. LaCastro will be the pinch hitter and stay in the game, play right field for Giancarlo Stanton. Now the only ones on the bench are the backup catcher Higashioka and Aaron Judge, and I'm sure they're just going to go ahead and give Aaron Judge the night off, so no reason to pinch hit him at this point. Might as well let him relax and have the evening off. LaCastro's up now with the bases, runners at the corners, and 2 outs. We get a 10, which is patient 26, and he is actually hit by the pitch, so don't know that Aaron Boone liked that. Could have been some frustration behind Dylan Coleman's hit by pitch. That will load the bases now for Gleyber Torres. And you wonder about Dylan Coleman. I think they're going to pull Dylan Coleman before anything bad happens. So they will pull him, and they will go to the bullpen for Colin Snyder, a right-hander. Truly mop-up duty at this point. So Colin Snyder will be on. Coleman ends up going 2/3 of an inning. And let's see, he struck out 2. So both outs he got were strikeouts, but he also has given up 3 hits and hit a batter. And so far, 1 run. So now Torres steps in to face Colin Snyder with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 7 is tough, 93. That will be a fly to left to finally end the inning. The Yankees will leave them loaded. They do score 1 and go to the 7th inning stretch with the score Yankees 9 and Kansas City nothing. And Royal fans are heading for the exits early. 7th inning stretch, I'll take a stretch with them because it's kind of a long game with all these runs being scored. So score sheet on the Garrett Cole side, it looks very clean compared to the mess I've got on the Kansas City side with their pitchers. So let me take a stretch here and make sure everything looks like it's copacetic through the phone. So the focus looks pretty good. The only thing not very good is the closeness of the score. But like I said, it can't help that. It's just the way it is. Almost looks like one of those Sportsman Z's mismatched Mondays. All right, here's Ben Attendee, and I'm actually recording this on Monday night, so hoping to post it tomorrow. So I I guess in a way it's a mismatch Monday. 8 is tough, and that's a 70, which will turn it into a fly to left field. Handled out there by the left fielder, Joey Gallo. 1 away. And as mentioned earlier, Castro's in right field, and Gonzalez is in at short. Andujar is the new DH. Here's Perez. 7 is patient. 65. That's out of range. That will be a fly to right field, and the new right fielder, Castro, will put it away. 2 down. For the first baseman, Carlos Santana. He's definitely not singing "I'm winning." Is Mr. Santana. 5 is tough. 57, and that's going to end up being a ground ball to third. Donaldson will make the play easily. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole to end the inning. So 7 innings in the books. It's still 9-0 in favor of the Yankees. And the question is, how long do you let Garrett Cole go? That's the whole deal. They might go ahead and cap him at 7 innings. It's no sense pushing him. As the score being what it is, there's no sense taking any chances. Let's see, Colin Snyder will stay out there, and he will face Aaron Hicks to lead off the top of the 8th. So we get a 7, which is tough, 71, and that will be a ground ball to second. Easy play for Merrifield. 1 down. Brings up Joey Gallo. 6 is patient, and that's an 0-2, so that's definitely a walk to Joey Gallo. So the Royals can't seem to get a 1-2-3 inning. They have not had one yet. Somebody's always been on base every inning for the Yankees to really put the pressure on their team. Here's Marwin Gonzalez. He struck out as a pinch hitter for kind of Falefa, stayed in the game to play short. An 8, which is ballpark. 0-8, that's in the wheelhouse for Gonzalez. Wheelhouse 1-39 is a home run. And that's gone. It's long and it is gone. Marwin Gonzalez, a 2-run homer. And just like that, the Yankees lead it 11-0. Unbelievable. Marwin Gonzalez. Marwin with the far one. And it's a 2-run homer. Here's Jose Trevino. That's the best I could do for the John Sterling call on that. I don't know what he does for Marwin Gonzalez, but that's what came to my mind. Here's Trevino. 9 is in play. 0-4. That'll be a base hit. Fortunately, that bad home run call will probably not fall on too many ears because most people are probably tuned away by now. So I kind of freelance it, I guess. Here's Miguel Andujar. 11 is patient. 38, and that's going to be a base hit for Andujar. Lead die of 5. Check runner advancement on the lead die of 5. It's 1 base, so runners at first and second. That will send it to Josh Donaldson. Amir Garrett is in the bullpen ready to go to face Rizzo after Snyder pitches to Donaldson. 2 is defense, 84. So defense, 84. 84 says we are checking. Let's find out who we're checking on here. 84 is an error check on the shortstop. Shortstop is Nicky Lopez. His error rating is a B. I'm sorry, it's a 5, which is the best you can have. 1-36 will be an error. Anything higher than 36, and then we'll make an out. And we get a 34, so of course it's an error. It's just the way it's been for the Royals. And it is a 5 on the 2D6 two D6s, so we'll see what kind of error it is. And it's going to be a one base error. So it's going to load the bases. So potential double play has now loaded the bases thanks to the E6 by Nicky Lopez. And that's going to do it for Mr. Snyder. And Amir Garrett will make his way in. Warts and all, he will make his way in as a left-hander to face the lefty Rizzo. He'll be on. It's 11-0, so it really almost doesn't matter what they do at this point. They're just looking to try to get through the inning, if nothing else. 2 is tough, 45. And Rizzo against the lefty, he would have struck out against the righty, but against the lefty, he gets a base hit. With it being a tough and there's less than 2 outs, it's going to call a one base advancement. But that makes it 12-0 Yankees as Trevino comes in to score. Andujar will go to third. Donaldson will stop at second. It's now 12-0. Here comes Tim LaCastro, right fielder. Nine is patient, 0-9, and that will be a walk. He's going to walk in a run. So Amir Garrett has walked in a run. It is now 13-0 Yankees. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. In the 9th inning, the Royals may go to an emergency pitcher. I'll have to look at the payoff pitch cards. I think they've got an emergency pitcher or position player pitching or something, because why burn anybody in the bullpen? Here's Torres. 6 is tough. 34, but that's going to be a wild pitch on Amir Garrett. And that will bring home another run. It is now 14-0. The Yankees complete the extra point on the wild pitch. Moves the runners up, and Torres still at bat. 5 is patient, 53 against the lefty that's out of range. 53 will be a ground ball to third. And with the infield in, they will hold Rizzo there for out number 2. Now they batted around as Aaron Hicks will come up to the plate again. He led off the inning by making an out, so he's got a chance to make 2 outs in the same inning, while the Yankees are scoring 5 runs. Garrett, 9 is patient, 82, and that's going to be a fly to center to finally end the inning. And Aaron Hicks does make both outs in this one, in the same inning. What do you know? So the Yankees put up 5 runs in this inning and take a 14-0 lead into the bottom of the 8th. That'll be all for Amir Garrett, thank goodness. And now the Yankees can kind of bring in whoever the heck they want when you're winning 14-0. You can do whatever you want to do. And let's see, let's do the numbers on Garrett Cole. First of all, this won't take long. He only gave up 2 hits, a single to Benintendi in the first, single to Merrifield in the fourth. So 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs. He walked just 1, that was Witt, in the 5th inning. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a really fine outing there for Garrett Cole. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Got nice and clean that score sheet. That's part of the scorebook looks. And then look how nasty this part of the scorebook looks. It's really traumatizing to look at that other side, isn't it? Make sure I didn't mess up any focus. I don't think I did. All right. At this point, like I said, nobody's watching, so it doesn't matter anyway. Okay, for the Yankees, they will send in, let's see, who's pitched the least for them? Who needs the work? They will go with, they'll go and go with Chad Green. He's only been in 5 games so far, so he's in there. His 6th appearance. And on the replay, Green is making his 6th appearance. No win-loss record, no saves, and an ERA of 0. So he has not given up anything in his 5 appearances. He'll be facing Hunter Dozier to start the bottom of the 8th. 14-0 Yankees. And I think this counts as, if it's not my biggest blowout ever on a video, it's very close to it. 4 is ballpark, and that's 93, though. It's in play for Hunter Dozier. So the way it goes for the Royals, can't find the wheelhouse, they find it in play. And they find a large number 73, which is a ground ball to second for 1 away. And they had insult to injury. Had it been a wheelhouse, he would have still made an out. So sometimes you just can't win for losing. 1 away, and here comes Bobby Witt. That is a 8, and that is in play, 14. So it will be a base hit for Bobby Witt Jr. And Witt gets the 3rd hit of the game for the Royals. He's actually respaced twice, a walk and a hit. Here's Kyle Isbell. 5 is Patient 51, and that will be another base hit for Isbell. Lead die of 2, I believe, gets the runner to 3rd base. It does. So first runner that Kansas City has had all game at 3rd base, and it is Mr. Witt. So runners are on the corners with 1 out, and boy, you take out Garrett Cole and you see what happens. All right, Olivares is your scheduled hitter, and he's a 287 hitter against righties, so I'm not going to pull him. I'll leave him in there, even though he's 0 for 2. 3 is Patient 05, and that's a walk to load the bases. So now Chad Green may need to leave, as he can't get it done. He got the first out, but now 3 in a row have reached base to load the bases for Nicky Lopez, a lefty. And Chad Green's going to be pulled. They're going to go to Wandy Peralta, I believe. Or is it Lukey? They're going to go to Peralta. So Wandy Peralta is coming in. This will be his 8th appearance. Hasn't done well in 7 games so far. He's 0-1 with an ERA of an even 9. So he could certainly use a good outing to help his ERA. Green goes 1/3 of an inning. Gives up 2 hits and a walk. No runs yet, but everybody on base is his responsibility. So now Nicky Lopez is up, but do they bring in a right-hander to bat for Lopez? Or do they even have anybody play shortstop? I guess they can move people around, perhaps. Witt could move to shortstop. Then you need somebody. Then they could have Rivera play 3rd. So they're actually going to use Emmanuel Rivera. He will pinch hit Will Rivera for Mr. Lopez. Rivera will pinch hit, and he will stay in the game to play 3rd base. And Witt will move from short to 3rd. So that's the maneuvering there. As they put a right-hander in to try to counteract the lefty called in by the Yankees. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Emmanuel Rivera, 288 hitter against lefties. 7 is Tough, and that is a 73. Tough 73 against the left-hander is a fly to center. And with it being Tough, it's going to reduce the run rating of the lead runner Witt by 2. He runs at a 7, he drops to a 5, but I don't think you're going to try to send him when it's Tough. So fly to center for out number 2. That's going to bring up Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield a chance to finally get something on the board. He's 1 for 3 in this game. 7 is Tough again, 47. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. Rizzo will take it to the bag himself, and the shutout remains intact. Peralta's going to go 2/3 of an inning and not give up anything. And they'll bring in somebody else to pitch the 9th. So the Royals leave them loaded. And we go to the top of the 9th. Score still 14-0. And I'm going to pause the video and see if I can find in the payoff pitch other cards with the fatigue pitchers and stuff. I thought they might have had emergency pitchers, so I might bring in an emergency pitcher and declare it to be one of the infielders. Let me take a look. So we are back for the top of the ninth, and Michael A. Taylor has come off the bench. Not the bullpen, but the bench. He will be the emergency pitcher in this game for the Royals. They're down 14-0. They don't want to burn any more outfield or bullpen arms. They still got a third game of the series to pitch. So they want to save some of those better pitchers for game 3. See if they at least salvage one game. So Michael A. Taylor is in. Pitch to Joey Gallo. 12 is defense, and that's a 93. Let's see what the 93 result brings on the defensive chart. That is an error check on the center fielder Isbell. Isbell in center field is an error of 3, which is average. So 1 to 64 will be an error. It's an 84 though, so he makes 83 rather. So he makes the catch. As I'm losing my voice. So nice play out there. Yeah, ironically, the pitcher, who is the center fielder normally, gets the batter to fly to center field for an out. 1 out, and here's Marwin Gonzalez. He homered his last time up. 4 is tough. 25 struck him out. Boy, Michael A. Taylor might have to get a second career here as a pitcher, because as a batter, he's not doing very well. He's only hitting 200, 2 homers and 6 RBI on the season. So maybe he's got a second calling as a pitcher. Here's Trevino. 6 is in play, 0-4, and that will be a base hit. So again, no 1, 2, 3 innings at all. All 9 innings at least. The Yankees have at least reached once. And how about Trevino? He's got 4 hits in this game. 233 hitter against righties, but he's got 4 hits in the game. Go figure. And the emergency pitcher doesn't say if he throws right or left, but since Michael Taylor's a righty, he throws as a righty. And didn't matter, the 0-4 would have been a double against a lefty, but against a righty, it's just a single. So that's why I said it was a single, not a double, because Michael Taylor is right-handed. Here's Andujar. That's a 30, so that's a wild pitch. He's got a 30 to 33 rating, so Michael A. Taylor uncorks a wild pitch. He got a little full of himself after getting the first 2 outs, and now he's being careless. So now the runner's at second for Andujar. 6, that's in play, but a 76 is a fly to center. And again, Michael Taylor gets the out to fly to center to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Yankees in the 9th against Michael A. Taylor. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, 14-0 Yankees. The only mystery now is, will the shutout stay intact? And who's going to pitch the 9th for the Yankees? Could be anybody they want, obviously. Let's see who might get the call. They're going to go to Jonathan Loaisiga. He's had 6 appearances. This will be appearance number 7 on the season. Most of them have pitched 8 times, so Loaisiga is one of the few that haven't pitched 7 or 8 times. This is his 7th appearance. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 0. So has not given up anything to this point. So Loaisiga will be in there to face Benintendi, Perez, and Santana against Loaisiga. And I forgot to do Peralta here. So Loaisiga facing Benintendi. 7 is tough. 18 struck him out. Good start for Loaisiga. 1 away, and here's Salvador Perez. Boy, I can't wait to get to the totals on this game and see what the totals are for the Yankees. Incredible. 7 is tough. 0-1, and that's another strikeout. So back-to-back Ks for Loaisiga. He's trying to finish this thing in style. Carlos Santana, I guess no 9th inning magic when it's 14-0. Santana, a 5, is patient. 31, that will be a walk. So they won't have a 1, 2, 3 inning. It will be a base runner in Carlos Santana, as he will draw the walk. That brings up Hunter Dozier. And they're going to call Dozier back and use Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn will pinch hit and stay in the game to DH. Not that there's going to be anything left of this game. because the game's about to be over, but they're going to go ahead and let O'Hearn pinch hit. Have it at bat. 2 is ballpark. 85, though, again, it's in play, not wheelhouse. So in play for O'Hearn. Needs a 35 or less. Doesn't get it. 91 is a ground ball to second. Torres has it. Flips to Rizzo, and the inning and the ball game are over. Nothing doing there for the Royals. The Yankees complete the shutout 14-0 here at Kauffman Stadium, as the Yankees have taken the first 2 games of the series. They won yesterday 6-1, and they win this one 14-0. And I'll pause the video and come back with the gory details. Okay, here are the gory details. I actually messed up and was writing the Royal line score at the Yankee side, so I had to kind of use my correction tape, and that's why it looks a little funky there. But for New York, 14 runs, 16 hits, no errors, and 14 left. For Kansas City, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 6 left. Winning pitcher Garrett Cole improves to 3-1. Losing pitcher Hernandez drops to 0-3. Only home run of the game was by Marwin Gonzalez, his second of the season. Star of the game, I guess you could give it to Garrett Cole if you like. 7 shutout innings. But when you pound out 16 hits, that's, offense is certainly doing it too. But it's hard to pinpoint just one guy on the offense that's doing everything. Donaldson had a couple of doubles and a walk, scored 2 runs. Trevino had 4 hits and scored 3 runs in the number 9 position. So that's, possible. LeMahieu was in the game, and for the first 6 innings, he singled, walked 3 times, and scored 3 runs. So that's what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. So pretty much almost everybody had something going on. In fact, the only Yankee without a hit was Joey Gallo. He ended up going 0 for 5 with a walk. So even he reached base, but it was 0 for 5. Only starter that did not have a hit for the Yankees. So the Yankees improved to 14-7, and Kansas City drops to 7-12. Yankees have won the first 2 games of this series. Final game of the series will be played offline, and then the Yankees will move on to Toronto to play 3 games with the Blue Jays. I'm recording this Monday night. Gonna hopefully post it on Tuesday if all goes well, to replace the video that got messed up on me. And if I'm able to go ahead and knock out this last Kansas City game offline over the next couple days, then hopefully on Thursday I'll record game 1 of the Yankees and Toronto. And then of course on Saturday you got the NBC game of the week on Inside Pitch. That will be coming to you from Memorial Stadium. It'll be the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles, 1975 Inside Pitch. And the ESPN Sunday night game of the week will be coming from Texas, as 1993 the Cleveland Indians will take on the Texas Rangers. It's been a long game. It's been draining on me because of the wildness of the game and how it got out of hand. But Mama said you're going to have games like this, so it's just the way it is. So if you stuck around this long, congratulations, and you deserve a pat on the back or something I can give you. I don't know. But appreciate it. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.